Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ABC Murders. When we left off last time, we'd just been told off by this rather rude shopkeeper lady. And we were about to go interview the victim's niece in the back of the store, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm still fully convinced that the shopkeeper did it. Oh, okay, good. We have gotten rid of the body now that the family member has arrived.
Had the body removed out of respect for the victim's niece. His attention is commendable.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, I would consider that a very bare minimum thing. I also don't really understand why we even asked her to come to the crime scene, personally. Hello. Oh, I need to look at you first? Are you going to ask me to...
Is sincere?
Yeah. Oh, is it sincere? Okay. She has a handkerchief. There are no tears. Oh, okay. Lowered eyes, sure. Is there like a little square here? What is this square? Clenched fist. No. Modest black clothes. I mean, that doesn't tell us if she's sincere or not.
She appears to be very upset. She's dressed in mourning. She looks fragile.
Interesting. Information added to Poirot's notebook about Mary Drower. What was added here? We had this before. Maybe her age. Maybe we didn't have her age before. Possible. Oh, sorry about that. I'd like to talk to you now. Can I talk to you? Do I need to be over here? Question Mary Drower, indeed. Can we establish the time range during which Miss Archer was killed? How do we explain the presence of it? Yeah, okay, we knew that one. What was Mrs. Archer doing when she was killed? Can I please talk to you? What do I need to do?
I've finished with this subject.
Yeah, I know. Can you talk to her? There we go. Okay, it was just kind of stuck for a second. Let's not demand she stops crying.
You were very fond of your aunt, am I right?
She was the only family I had since my mother died.
Does she have any children?
Your aunt did not have any children, is that correct?
No. She was separated from her husband.
What do you think about Franz Ascher, your aunt's husband?
He never left her alone. Poor aunt. She used to drop by all the time and make a scene.
Was Alice afraid of her husband, or ask if she would ever thought the husband would go through with his threats? Did she seem afraid of him?
Was your aunt afraid of her husband?
He shouted a lot, but she wasn't afraid of him. Why, he used to slink away when she turned on him. He was afraid of her, if you like.
Ask if Alice was all right. What does this mean? Say that divorce would have been a solution. Well, yeah. Okay, bud. This doesn't help anything. I mean, was she all right?
Did your aunt enjoy good health?
She had a bad throat, but she was well cared for by a doctor in London.
She was a tobacconist.
Does Franz Ascher work?
All he's done for years is drink and gamble, but he used to be a very good cabinet maker.
What does he live on?
My aunt used to give him 5 shillings a week.
Did he make puzzle cabinets by chance? Ask if Franz forced her to give him money. Ask if her aunt had a reason to help her husband. I mean, the reason could just be, even if they're separated, right? It's her husband. There's probably still feelings there. Did Franz ever force her to give him money?
Did Franz Ascher extort this money from her?
No. She didn't let him intimidate her. She gave the money quite willingly. He was her husband. She couldn't leave him with nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I understand. You have been of great assistance, mademoiselle.
I wonder if this husband made puzzle boxes and puzzle cabinets.
Please take this young lady home.
My pleasure.
Well, this Franz Asher does not seem to be quite so dangerous as Jack says. And since Alice Asher gave him money regularly, it was not in his interest to kill her.
Sure. Maybe. Okay. Yeah. Find Franz Asher. She's Alice's niece. Her aunt was her only family. She confirms that Franz Asher is violent, but he was afraid of his wife. Her aunt gave her husband 5 shillings a week. Interesting. I don't think there's anything more to do here. We need to find Franz. I found him. Good job, Chop.
We have to wait for him to sleep it off. He's all yours, Poirot. There are a few things I need to check.
There must be some way of sobering him up.
I wonder what his wife used to do. He must have scared the customers away.
Something with strawberries? No,
Red
okay.
liquid is oozing out.
It's not blood. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna
He's not in any condition to be questioned. I have to find a way to
sober
him
him up. There was that bucket in the bedroom. Perhaps we'll throw a bunch of water on him, like that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
Indeed. Oh. What? I can't dump water
Mrs.
on him
Asher
and, like,
lived
ruin this
very
crime
simply.
scene? Okay, it forces me out there, so I can't do anything with any of that. Let's see. What would she have done? There's also footprints down here. I didn't notice that before. He's knocked over all the crap.
A box of new stockings. It's Alice Asher's notebook.
This is not the informative side. Okay.
Bodley. The fruit seller has debts too. She will probably be more cooperative thanks to this piece of information.
Oh, I wouldn't call her cooperative.
Mary Drower was telling the truth. Mrs. Asher regularly gave money to her alcoholic husband.
She might have no choice now, because we have literal evidence. But, I mean, we had evidence before, it just didn't let me show it. Find a way to sober up Franz. Okay. Nancy Bodley runs a fruit and vegetable shop. She smokes. She must have been a customer of the tobacco shop. She owed Alice Asher 10 pounds, and she's a jerk. What am I gonna do? I can't yell at you, apparently.
He's not in any condition to be questioned. I have to find a way to sober him up.
I have to find a way to... Can I leave? Can I go buy some lettuce and, like, pelt him with lettuce? Alright, well, but while I figure out how to sober up this man, I'm gonna yell at you some more, lady. You know, I really want to do this. Accuse her of selling rotten fruit. I don't know anything about that, but I do want to accuse you of Alice Asher.
I am accusing you of the murder of Mrs. Asher.
What? It wasn't me!
Too fucking bad.
According to the victim's account book, you owed her 10 pounds for tobacco and magazines.
That's a lie. She owed me £1. I swear.
You're freaking lying.
Enough lies.
It's not lies. But you're not quite as clever as what you think.
Now, please be so kind as to explain this.
Look at my account book. Alice owed me £11 for fruit and vegetables. I may have had a slate at her shop, but she had one at mine. She owed me £1. And that reminds me I have to get it back from her niece.
Yeah, good luck.
That is quite enough. Your account book has saved you, but I might ask Chief Inspector Japp to throw you in the cells for 1 or 2 nights while he checks your entries. Do you want to go to prison?
Prison? Now that's not fair. I haven't done nothing.
Incorrect. You
In that
bothered
case,
me.
I am counting on your full collaboration.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Listen, I didn't kill Alice, I swear. But it's true that I did go to the shop yesterday.
At what time?
6 o'clock. She left me a note saying she wanted some strawberries if I got some. I received them late, about 6. So I took them over to her.
But you did not see her.
She wasn't in the shop, so I just put the strawberries on the counter and left.
What did you see while you were there?
Did you see anything unusual in the shop?
No. Well, maybe one thing. There was a railway guide on the counter. Alice didn't sell them. Maybe it's the customer who left it there.
You were not alarmed?
I thought Alice had just gone to get her medicine from her room and that she'd be straight back.
You mentioned medicine.
Something for her cough. She used to take it a lot.
The laudanum.
Who do you think killed her?
France. Her scoundrel of a husband. He was always after her for something. Well, he's a foreigner. Sorry, sir. What I mean is he's German. That's even worse.
Did you see Franz Asher enter the tobacco shop late yesterday afternoon?
Well, no. But at that time of the day, the streets are packed, and I have better things to do than watch her shop.
So even after threatening this person with jail, she still has a very bad attitude problem. Okay, let's see. Alice Asher owed her money. Okay. She left some strawberries at the tobacco shop at 6 p.m. and didn't see anyone, but she could have been laying down behind the counter. Although if she walked all the way up to the counter to put the strawberries down, you'd think that she'd still see her, right? You don't have any fruit out here. How am I supposed to tell if it's rotten or not? Alright, well. Can I take this? Oh, it smells bad enough to wake the
I'll
dead.
just borrow your bottle a moment.
Take it. It's what Alice used to sober up her husband.
Why do you have it
Try
then?
not to empty the bottle.
Let us now try and get...
Ooh, get our gray cells to work. Let's go. Can we establish the time range during which Mrs. Asher was killed? So we know she was seen alive at 5:30. We also know that she was not seen at 6. So that would lead me to believe. Well, I guess, like, are we assuming that she then didn't see her even though she walked all the way up to the counter? What is this? No railway guide. We know that. Because of the counter, the body is not visible. So what about these two? What about these two? Can we establish the time range during which Mrs. Asher was killed? The fruit seller did not see anybody in the shop at 6 p.m. Mrs. Asher was seen alive at 5:30, so maybe this is no longer relevant. Maybe did I do these two already? I feel like I did. What am I missing here? Because these are the two that mention a time. Seen alive at 5:30. I feel like that has to be relevant. This is her last known alive time. So we know that the murder occurred after 5:30 p.m. The fact that the fruit seller did not see anybody in the shop at 6 could mean that the body wasn't there yet, assuming she could have seen behind the counter since she went all the way in, since it just wasn't visible from the door. The body was found at about 11. Oh, okay. So it was between 5:30 and 11. Yeah, I got that. Okay. That makes sense. Can we reduce this time range, and why? So she did not see anybody at the shop at 6 p.m., and it's not visible. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay. Was killed between 5:30 and 6 p.m. Oh, okay. I thought I was about to talk to you some more, and I'm very glad I was wrong. Goodbye, Nancy. Oh, good. Everyone's here. Well, actually, I want to read this first. Question, Franz Asher. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Asher whenever I say Franz.
Mes amis, I can say without a doubt that poor Mrs. Asher was killed between 5:30 and 6.
Look like Poirot
Killed
startled
while the street
Arthur.
was packed with people. That's rather bold.
I've been talking to the neighbors, and
No one seen anything?
He really whips
Or
his
has
head
there been anything
fast.
and everything? Am I wrong?
no.
Yeah. We must grill this villain Asher before he falls asleep again.
Even Poirot appears to be sure that he did it by referring to him. Well, no, he's a villain just because he's kind of an asshole.
This man is in rather a bad state.
What tells us he's in a bad state? Okay, yeah, sure. His torn coat sleeve, yes. Bruised knuckles, no. Blood in mouth. Split lip, okay, sure. Black eye?
This man has been fighting and he smells of alcohol.
Sounds about right. I will now talk to you, sir. Offer a cigarette, accuse him of having threatened his wife. Ask what he was doing yesterday evening. What were you doing yesterday
What were
evening,
you
bud?
doing yesterday at the time of the crime?
Can't recall.
You had been drinking again.
The occasional slap, sir, that's all.
And you cannot even remember how you ripped the coat?
I got it stuck in a door.
I don't think we make fun of you. Or do we do that to sort of like antagonize you a little bit and get him talking? Because maybe he'll start like, no, I beat that guy up or whatever. And then that's admitting to assault or something. Let's make fun of him a
The
little bit.
truth is that someone gave you a good beating.
A beating? No way. All right, he tore my coat and gave me a black eye. You see the state of him?
Very interesting. Who is the other that you struck?
Probably best if I tell you everything.
Yeah, probably.
Yesterday afternoon, I met Roderick Tanner. We'd bet on a dog fight together.
An illegal bet, naturally.
Yes, sir. Our dog won. Roderick got the money, but he refused to give me my share.
And you fought about it. What time was this?
In the evening, about 6, I think. We were on the other side of town. You see, I couldn't have killed my wife.
How do you know what time your wife was killed? Who told you that? Jop?
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
You telling people stuff you shouldn't, Jop? What was Mrs. Asher doing when she was killed? She has one wound at the back of her head. So she was struck when she was turned around to get something. She was getting a pack of cigarettes, probably. And there's stuff broken on the shelf. Yes.
The murderer probably pretended to be a customer. He hit the shopkeeper from behind as she turned around to serve him. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
How do we explain the presence of an ABC guide on the counter? There are no fingerprints on the guide. I don't think... Well, maybe. No objects of value. No. Okay, yeah, that's definitely important. No railway guide for sale and no fingerprints. There you go, okay. It was left by the murderer as a signature.
The murderer deliberately left behind this ABC as a signature. The absence of fingerprints and the fact that it is open at letter A for Andover leaves little doubt.
Asher's alibi appears to be confirmed. All the same, I'm going to call and check that he did have a fight with this Tanner on the afternoon of the murder.
You haven't checked that,
You
and
can
yet
never
it's
trust
confirmed?
this sort of chap.
What?
One thing is certain, Asher was a ruffian who used to beat his wife.
But he is not very educated. It certainly was not him who wrote the letter signed ABC. Let's resume, Hastings. We know the murderer pretended to be a customer. He did not kill her for money, that appears to be certain.
I agree with you on that point.
And the murderer left an ABC guide as a signature. Therefore, it's likely he wrote the letter.
Indeed, but that doesn't explain why and how he did it.
You are quite right. Why he did it is a mystery. But as for how he did it, we do know enough to try and reconstruct the events.
Have you seen the reconstructions in the bonuses? You'll be able to do something. Help reconstruct the crime's course of events by selecting the actions that the killer may have executed. Okay.
The killer enters the shop.
He advances.
Mrs. Asher turns around to greet her customer.
Ask for cigarettes.
The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her.
He then puts the thing down.
He then places the ABC on the counter before leaving.
The ABC was not found like that. We are not far from the solution, Hastings. Would you mind if we thought about it a little more?
Wait, what?
The killer enters the shop.
Oh, like turn the book around, I guess. He advances. We know that.
Mrs. Asher turns around to greet her customer.
Asks for cigarettes.
The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her.
He then, I guess, turns the book
He then
around.
places the ABC upside down
I
before
see.
leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Nailed it. First try. Some objects in your inventory can be modified. See whether an icon of the hand is displayed. Something something.
Asher has a strong alibi, and we don't have any other suspect. But what was the point of this crime?
She had no debts. She gave Franz Asher money regularly. She wasn't owed money. Nobody stood to gain anything.
No doubt about it, the murderer is insane.
Well, they are a
And I fear
murderer.
that we had not heard the last of him.
I hope you're wrong for once.
Bien, let's go back to London. If we hurry, we should catch the 7:02 train. Are you coming?
No, unfortunately, I have to talk with Andover police.
See you soon then. Are you coming, Hastings? Let's go home, there's nothing for us here.
Indeed. Let's go, Hastings.
Well, do you have any idea about the killer's identity?
The crime was committed by a man of medium height, with red hair and suspicious eyes. He has a slight limp on the right foot, and a wart just below his shoulder blade.
Poirot!
Mon ami, what do you want? You fix upon me a look of dog-like devotion and demand of me a pronouncement à la Sherlock Holmes. Now for the truth. I do not know what the murderer looks like, nor where he lives, nor how to set hands upon him.
What shall we do then?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Do not be so impatient, Hastings. The killer will manifest himself soon enough.
I thought I heard the postman. Maybe there's some news.
I will go and see.
That's really funny. I know that in Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock does not like to be compared to Poirot. And it's funny that in ABC Murders, Poirot does not like to be compared to Sherlock Holmes. I wonder if that is also in the Agatha Christie books. I'm not totally sure. Oh. I also like how we're basically waiting for the murderer to murder again before we do anything about it.
Dear Mr. Poirot, well, what do you think? I believe that I won this round. The Andover affair went like clockwork, don't you feel? But the fun has only just started. I would like to draw your attention to Bexhill-on-Sea on the 25th of this month. We're having a crazy time. Best wishes, ABC. The next crime will be in Bexhill. We must warn Jap to Scotland Yard.
Okay, good. I'm glad we are
Did
doing
the letter
something.
indicate anything that might help the police?
To be honest, I think we can already guess something about the next victim. But I need to think about it a little more.
Yeah. Do we have access to the other letter? Because I'm noticing these eyes
Dear
are bolded.
Mr. Poirot, well, what do you think? We're having a crazy time.
Yeah, we know. The second letter from the ABC announces the crime in Bexhill on July 25th. Interesting. Okay. This is just about Franz Asher. Okay. Compare the new letter with the first one. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted to do.
Let us examine this more closely.
I. So maybe the I, the capital I on this person's typewriter is messed up in some way?
Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects.
Okay. The punctuation? Well, not all the punctuation, but some of the punctuation is like bolded. Best wishes, ABC.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
Oh, the A is crooked. A is crooked.
Yes, the A.
And the A is crooked.
That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects.
And
I
then,
have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
did it not register the I?
Yes, this I is weird.
Yes. Indeed it is, Poirot.
Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
Is it the bold commas?
Let us examine
Oh.
the characters in this word.
Clever. I think I won this round. The Andover affair went like clockwork, don't you feel? Being a crazy time. Okay. Can I just click on any word?
Let us
Okay,
examine
yeah,
the
that's what-
characters in this word.
What about the setting?
Let us examine.
No, stop. Dear Mr. Poirot, dear Hercule Poirot.
Let us examine the
No. Ah, the W is faded.
The W is not printed properly. Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Both letters were written on the same typewriter and show the same characteristics.
You surprise me, Poirot. You usually ignore material proof.
But there is nothing usual about this case, Hastings. Nothing must be overlooked.
Indeed.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What's special about the Andover murder? I mean, the book. And the letter. No. Obviously, that's not true. The letter containing the crime. And what's special about it? I mean, I feel like... Oh, ABC Asher? Or A, and then A for Asher. Andover and Alice start... Someone's gonna be named B. Bertheson in Bexhill. What can we guess about the next victim? It's gonna be a B. The next victim's name may start with the letter B. Yes.
So, Poirot,
Beatrice
have you found something?
Beatriceson.
Oui, I believe so. But I am afraid it is not enough to stop the murderer. Let us go and see Chief Inspector Chapa will explain there.
Bradley Bradlison. Leave Whitehaven. I will, thank you. Actually, can I read this?
Daily Flicker, June the 22nd, 1935. Battle over control of bank system. What will the government do for money? Andover, murder of a tobacconist.
Got an achievement for that. Very cool. Ooh, I can also look over here. Can I also look at my crocodile? What the hell? Okay. Hastings hunting? Is that what that says? Ta-da!
Andover, Hampshire, population 31,200 inhabitants.
Interesting. Can I look at you, Hastings? What do you look like to me?
No doubt about it. Hastings is going bored.
Okay, whoa. You know, being bald isn't that big a deal. Let me go look at myself in the mirror. Look at how not bald I am. Ah, yes. I have hair on my head. 3 ego points. Thank you. Is there anything else I can look at in here? Can I eat a cookie? No. Alright, well, I guess we have murders to solve or something. I did notice in the main menu, after you've selected your save file, it shows you how many Poirot points, or ego points, you have out of a maximum. And so I think it'd be fun to see how far up we can get. Do I need to talk, or do I just need to go to you?
To Scotland Yard, please.
Alright. Why did I walk out of the taxi, go all the way over to the middle of the street before walking in? Oh, he has so many medals.
Jap has invested a great deal in his career.
Indeed. He has a trophy. And some medals. And a certificate of merit.
Chap is an investigator greatly respected by his peers.
Okay. What are you looking? Why are you looking so intently at this gun, Hastings? What's gotten into you?
Like all hunters, Hastings has always been fascinated by weapons.
All right. Try not to drool on him, though. Jeez. What's up, Chop?
Jap appears to be snowed under.
Snowed under? I mean, busy? Oh, he's got the phone off the hook. He's got a cold cup of tea. Piles of files.
Jap appears to already be overloaded with work. My news is not going to improve matters. Bonjour, Chief Inspector. I am afraid we have some bad news. I have just received another letter signed ABC. The next crime will be on the 25th in Bexhill-on-Sea.
Are you completely sure it's from the same person?
I have compared the two letters. There is no doubt about it.
I suppose you think he's going to carry out his threats.
I fear so.
Good God, Poirot. Bexhill is very busy at this time of year, and we have no idea who the next victim will be.
The killer attacks old ladies who run a shop. The next victim's name will start with a B, or the murderer is unpredictable. I mean, it probably will be
I
this,
suspect that the name of the second victim will start with B.
but to be fair, we haven't established
What
a
on
pattern
earth
yet.
makes you think such a thing?
I thought about it when I saw the name Asher clearly written over the shop door of the unfortunate woman who was murdered in Andover last month. When I received a letter mentioning Bexhill, I deduced that the victim, like the town, might have been chosen by alphabetical order.
So, it's an alphabet fiend. I'm going to have a list drawn up of all the people whose name starts with B. I hope there aren't too many of them.
Probably not.
We should leave you to work, Chief Inspector.
You have a few days to prepare yourself.
Thank you for coming, my friends.
Like I said, you got like a Beatrice, you got like a Brad, you got like a
Poirot?
Chief Inspector Jap,
Barney.
your call does not bode well.
Indeed, we have just found the body of a young woman on the beach in Bexhill. An ABC was placed on the body.
We'll be there as soon as possible.
On our way to Bexhill. Indiana Jones flight map.
Bexhill is a delightful town. It would be nice to come back and visit.
I do not entirely agree. Walking at the beach damages my shoes, and it hurts my knee.
So the years have not spared you, my friend. It's the same for all of us.
That is exactly what I said to myself when I saw you back from your travels.
Poirot.
Ooh,
Do
burn.
not be offended, Hastings. I can see Jap waiting for us. And from his face, I would say that things are not looking good.
Kind of like you when you came back from your travels. Oh! Got him! Walrus mustache. Okay. Is there anything I can look at? Ooh.
Bexhill seems to be a pleasant little town.
Okay. Modern bungalow. Victorian house. What else we got? Beach, water. Seafront.
Bexhill is a pretty little seaside resort with elegant architecture. Although, personally, I prefer more modern buildings.
All right. Let's go. I'm wondering if the part of the B is bungalow. Beatrice was murdered by the Bexhill bungalow. It's definitely not where I clicked, by the way.
We should have the courtesy to go
Yeah,
and
I
see
tried
Chief
to do
Inspector
that,
Chap before
Poirot.
examining the crime scene.
I tried to do that, and then you walked over here by the boat. Crazy man.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Chief Inspector?
I fear your admirer has struck again, Poirot. We haven't yet identified the victim, but it's a young woman, 20 to 25 years old. Death occurred last night between 11:30 and 1 o'clock, and we found an ABC guide on the body.
Was she pretty?
Come on, Poirot, that's rather out of place. It has no bearing on the murder.
Are you certain? For women, it is often the most important thing.
Okay.
It often decides their destiny.
The body hasn't been moved. You can see for yourself.
Has the press been informed?
Not yet, but I'm planning to. I haven't yet informed them about the presence of the ABC guide in Andover.
Nobody has reported a young woman missing?
Not for the moment.
No witnesses, I imagine.
Indeed. We've asked everybody who may have met a young woman fitting her description last night to come and see us, but I have little hope of gaining anything from it.
It's early days, Chief Inspector, and the news may not have spread around the town yet.
I hope you're right, Hastings.
Every time Hastings looks between two people, it makes me laugh. It looks like he's so startled every single time. Let's see. Should we look at the... Let's look at this crap.
There's no doubt about it. Bexhill has one of the most beautiful beaches in the area.
I guess we'll look at the body before the bungalow. Body on the beach by the bungalow in Brexhill. Okay. Strangled with a rope, probably. There's a key on your wrist.
This
Ooh,
key
to
is
bungalow.
too small to be one for a house. Without a doubt, it is for a padlock.
Number 6 or 9? Let me look at that a little closer. Number 6. Interesting. Okay. You have the guide. Bexhill.
The guide is open at the page for the Bexhill train times.
You are not wearing shoes.
A braided silk belt. It may have belonged to the victim.
Probably. You can see there's...
This key is too small.
Oh.
These marks have been left by a rope or a braided cloth. Apart from the marks on her neck, there are no signs of the struggle. She didn't manage to hit her assailant.
Okay.
She was a great beauty. Strange that chap didn't notice it.
Was that strange?
The young woman wasn't wearing shoes or a coat, and was not carrying a bag. That's strange. Either the murderer stole her belongings, or she put them somewhere safe. Maybe so that she could bath. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Indeed. Let's get those gears turning, Poirot. How was the victim killed? There's a rope. There's a mark on her neck. No belongings. She did not struggle. By surprise. That's what the no struggle means. Okay.
The poor child must have been strangled with his braided belt. Unfortunately, in view of the fabric, it is unlikely that we will find any prints. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What are the common points between the Andover murder and the one in Bexhill? I mean, come on. What? The killer signs his crimes with an ABC guide. Are the crimes in Andover, and Bexhill the work of the same murderer? I mean, yes. What? Okay. The press does not know, so there's no copycat. I think that's what that means.
The medical officer should confirm that the victim was strangled with her own belt.
That's what I thought. She shows the usual signs of strangulation.
With a little luck, we'll find prints this time.
Nope.
You are too optimistic, Hastings. Our killer is far too meticulous for that.
All right. I think we're going to leave it here. I just looked at the time. Time is flying by when I'm playing this game. I'm having a ton of fun with this. The art style is fun. The characters are fun. I think we're definitely finishing this game. So yeah, stay tuned for more. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Be sure to subscribe. Leave a comment telling me how humongous my ego is now that we've gotten so many ego points. But yeah, otherwise, see you next time, everybody. Thanks for watching.